Hello, all of you vaingloriously wonderful people. Wait, capture the game. There we go. Hi. What's up? We're going to wait just a second here. We have ads in progress. There we go. Ads are over on Twitch. Greetings. Salutations. Welcome, welcome, welcome to a sneak peek, a small sneak peek at Glitchwalkers for Astroneer. Systemera was kind enough to provide a key at no cost and early access to the expansion so that I could, you know, bring a little bit of Glitchwalkers goodness to you. Help you kind of see why you do need to buy this. Through this weekend, I'm limited in what I can show. Per the embargo with Systemera, I can only get up to about a third of the way into the expansion storyline, which is fine. There's plenty to do there. And then next week on the 12th, I can, whatever I want to show you, I can show you. Sorry, I needed water. I've been really thirsty today. But yeah, we're obviously here on Glacio. This is still base game, but there's a storm behind me. If I go over there, we can we'll kind of take a look at what's in there. Get an idea. You can see as you approach, like it gets really hazy, dusty in the air. By the way, there will be spoilers in this stream. There's a spoiler warning in the title. There's spoiler warning tags twice. So if you do not want spoilers, do not watch this stream, because I am going to spoil a lot of stuff. So yeah, big huge storm. And as we get closer, there's boom there, so we're gonna go in a different way. As we get closer, we've got this glitchy, almost like three-dimensional, or like the LEDs like on CPU coolers that are mirrored. Like you know, it goes further and further back, but these are actually different colors, so not quite that. And you can see it's kind of glitching out a little bit. If we get closer to it, it opens kind of like it's inviting us in. But then if we go on in, I'm sure you guys heard the little like noise it made when I first walked in, and now we've got like this timer filling up, kind of just like above our head. It's clearly a timer, all right? Yeah. So we're just gonna chill here by the edge. We'll collect some research while we're here, and see what happens when this meter fills all the way up. We're 3/4 of the way there. Let's just see what happens. You may already know. You may have already watched some other YouTubers' content, and no, but you can kind of see like my backpack is changing. Like the oxygen and the power seem to be doing some things, and it's full. I am now hacked and suffocating. The only way to reset that and be all right is to go out. And yes, I had a portable oxygenator running that entire time, but you get hacked, and so you can see the hack taking place. Like again, if you look at the battery and the oxygen tank, you can kind of see it gradually impacting what's happening. I don't know if, I see boxes flying and I got PTSD. I honestly don't know if Princess protects you in here. I highly doubt it. But yeah, see how like the little lines are like moving and hacking the oxygen tank and the power? Pretty cool. So we'll reset that, we'll run back in and kind of take a look around. So inside of every storm, there are these little vortices. They move. both here in the base game as well as in the expansion, though they tend to come back to the same spot eventually. But here in the center, if we look straight up, it's kind of hard to see. Do I have a? Oh, I don't have a hydrogen jetpack. But basically, we're in kind of like the eye of the storm, so it's chilling here. We're not getting hacked. Everything at the moment is fine. But what's interesting is from inside the eye of the storm, you can't see that wall we opened. The only way you know it opened is to listen for the sound and to see. But then if we turn around, it's there. So it's like when you're in the eye of the storm, you can't see it anymore. Then you go out. So I don't know what that's about. Anyway, we're gonna head back to Silva because that's where I have a landing pad. We're in the Astroneer Academy save, by the way. I just made a copy of it real quick. So you may recognize the Silva base when we get there. I think my shuttle's over here. Pretty sure this is where I left it. Yep, there it is. Oh, by the way, storms do appear on the compass. With a big swirling storm icon. So, yeah. So we're going to head back down to Silva because we need to interact with the mission log. Oh, that's going to take me damage. We're fine. Go in between the two big boom balloons. And in the shuttle. Midair. Lovely. What is up, Sneeve? How's it going? So yeah, Silva. It's funny, because all the planets are like right there together. Very rare. As far as I'm aware, Silva does not have a storm, like at all. The only planet that doesn't. Somewhere I have a base. Oh, it should be like right here somewhere. There it is. Oh, the storm's fun. They're integral to the gameplay. In the base game, they don't do a whole lot, but they do something. We're going to be going back to one in just a minute. Oh, man. Pretty sure I've activated the core save. If not, we'll go to a different save. Yeah, it's Astroneer Academy save, so I had to have. So go over here to this landing pad. It's just like nothing on it. And yeah, so there's one of them, but there's also a complete mission, which I wish wasn't here because it says thank you for purchasing Astroneer Glitchwalkers. I get that they need to tell you that this is the mission you need to complete, but I don't like the thank you for purchasing part because it kind of ruins the immersion. We're supposed to be hacked by nefarious antagonist, and yet we're being thanked for making a purchase. Anyway, where we really want to go is up here to Is This Thing On? Testing. Hey, you pal. I know, gosh, you can't see that. Hold on. No, you can. Testing. Hey, you pal. Am I coming through okay? Can you believe this is the only way we can talk inside the simulation? Not the easiest way to communicate. Whoops. Push the big green button on your PDA, which I thought this was a mission log, but whatever. So I know you're reading me. This is Frank, by the way. You see his, the little Frank icon with his mustache. There is a little Glitchwalkers thing in the main menu to indicate that that's what you have, but yeah, I think that thank you should be there on the main screen, not here. So anyways, push the big green button. We will push the big green button. Oh, good. I'm glad my message is getting to you. I'm Frank Capiano, by the way. Used to be the head of maintenance for the ESS Elysium. I got stuck in the Astroneer training program like the rest of the crew. Really hope you already knew that. That little rabbit Eva does a way better job of explaining this stuff. So if you've played Awakening, this kind of picks up on a little bit of that story about what happened with Elysium. So push the big green button again. Maintenance issue. Anywho, we got us a situation. There's a hacker that's been messing with the ATP, stands for Astroneer Training Program. Calls himself Blitz. I forgot the capital Z. Normally, Eve would be handling this kind of trouble as she's our caretaker AI, but Blitz took her offline, so Eve is offline. Use hope switches delays on at least or delayed by 2 weeks. Yeah, they haven't said how long. It's just that the certification process on Switch takes longer. Nintendo moves slow. Blitz has been destabilizing the ATP all over the place, and I really need your help. If we don't do something, the whole simulation could collapse. That'd be the end of us all, because, of course, we're all trapped in the training simulation. So if the training simulation collapses, we're winners. They did say they had a date. I thought they said they would announce when they had a date, unless I've not been paying attention. So, this was weird. Storms are brewing. Interact with a landing pad terminal, which I'm currently doing, so you would think that would complete it, but no, this one's just kind of glitchy. What you have to do is back out and then open it back up, which is so weird. Like, that's just kind of bizarre. To make things worse, Blitz brought the storms back online. Storm system back online. Storms have been out of commission ever since the Elysium crash. Oh, so Elysium is what ended early access. The system ain't designed to handle storms anymore, and they're causing power surges that strain Sim's infrastructure. Joe's like, yeah, we got a planned launch date for the release. Oh, okay. If we need the hacker's location, I might be able to do something to stabilize the storm. Problem is, can't find their instance. But if we can grab data from one of the storms to trace the signal back, bam! We got Blitz's address, etc., etc. And he's going to give us the thing. Cool. I appeared with it. And this is the Ruby. This is one of Frank's inventions. And this is one of the items that features in the expansion that is also here in the base game. There's the word I'm looking for. I'm like, brain English. So we're going to go somewhere I know I have a rover. And I'm going to take a little extra power because this thing draws 5 units. I know my rover has an RTG on it, but that's only 4 units. I'm just going to grab an extra RTG. You're going to go so you don't get spoilers. I understand completely. If you don't want spoilers, then it's only going to be about the first third of the game. I can't show you anything beyond that, but still, I totally get it if you don't want spoilers. Thanks for dropping by. I want to go to Glacio because I know I have a rover there. I'm not sure where else in this save I have a rover. And then there's the storm. Oh, that's handy. It's really close to where I have a rover. And yeah, you can see the storms from orbit. Crystal clear. The game showed whatever he wanted to, including the underground biome and other weird purple stuff. That's between him and Systemera. I am going to respect Systemera's wishes. Joe is very clear about what he wants us to avoid showing until the 12th. And then on the 12th and after, I can show whatever I want. So maybe he had a different arrangement with Systemera. I don't know. But I'm going to respect what Joe asked me to do. It's only right. I mean, you know, they've given me early access. They gave me the key to the expansion for free. You know, I'm not gonna risk ruining my relationship with Systemera just to get the drop on some extra stuff. You know what I mean? That's just unprofessional and rude. Oops. Oops. There we go. Okay. So before we head back into this storm, I want to look at Ruby. You can kind of see Ruby's been pulsing, and this whole time, I don't know if you noticed, but as it rotates around or on the rover, the dish on top is always pointing you towards the storm on the planet. Like, it constantly follows it. Are you seeing that? It always rotates and points to the storm. And every once in a while, even when it's turned off, it just kind of sends out like a little pulse animation. But if I turn it on, it'll start drawing power. And this is one of Frank's inventions: gathers and dispenses storm data from hotspots and storms. Must be placed on a platform or vehicle. Tracks nearest hotspot when powered. Storm data can be placed in the research chamber. At least here in the base game. I keep wanting to say single player, but in the base game, it is used only in the research chamber. It gets used in other ways in the actual expansion. So if we take this back in and look for one of these swirling vortices, by the way, look at the sun do this thing. Is that not crazy? Pretty sure it's the sun. Yeah, it's the sun. Just kind of a dot back there. Anyway, so there's the little vortex right there. We can drive in, and you can see that when we do, did I not turn that on? I might not have turned it on. Thought I turned it on. Oh, I didn't turn it on. There we go. With it turned on, you can see it's like swirling and collecting, and we're getting storm data. We'll be able to see it a little more clearly once we go out of here. And then we also got an update to the mission telling us that we had collected the storm data, but I want to get a couple of them so we can have a good view of them. You can also store these in storage canisters. So if you have if I had a canister on here, they would be dumping into that canister, which is kind of nice. All right, well, you're nearly completely hacked, so I'm gonna go out before I start suffocating. You know what I didn't look at? I'm kind of curious, and I've just never looked before. We'll just keep gathering some storm data while we're in here. So earlier we noticed that my backpack battery and oxygen tank kind of started looking hacked. Does it impact the vehicles too? Let's find out. Oh, of course the vortex moved, or the hotspot. So how's my audio? I've been messing around with OBS and I wasn't sure if I got all my audio settings back to where they needed to be. Yeah, it doesn't look like it hacks the rover too. It would be starting to change by now because my backpack is definitely changing. All right, cool. So we'll head back to the shuttle and then head back to Silver where we have a research chamber. I don't have one yet. Basically. Oh, that's a big drop. That's one of the risks about the storms is you can't really see that well in them, or even through them. And so sometimes there could be like a plant that wants to murder you right on the other side and you don't know it and you walk right out there and bam, you're dead. Yeah, there are risks. Many risks. Cool, so let's take a look at what this storm data looks like, by the way. Because we have a nugget of it right there. Let's put it up here so we can kind of see it on its own. There we go. Kind of hard to get the camera up. on it because of the tooltip. There we go. There is a storm data nugget. They look kind of cool. Jake Simmer, what's up? Is there a date for the DLC? Yes, next week, the 13th. Can you start a new game to prep for it? Yes and no. I'm currently in an existing save. You have to have played. There's a mission here that I can show you. It's not really a mission. It's just like a thank you for buying it. So essentially, let me throw the overlay away here real quick. In any existing base game save, before you can start doing the expansion stuff, you have to complete the mission, A Core Concept, which that mission is activating the planet's core. So it's not too far into the game, but you do have to get a little bit into it before you're able to start doing anything from the expansion. I wouldn't really, if you don't have like a save you want to use, I wouldn't really invest a whole lot of time in like prepping a save in any way. Simply because, well, I mentioned this earlier in my video on YouTube. None of your progress carries over into the expansion. So like, the research catalog bytes are all gone, and things you unlocked in the research catalog are locked again. You don't have open the core on Silva, any planet. Open the core on any planet. That will satisfy that mission. But the snails you can't use in the expansion. Anything you unlocked in missions is not there. You cannot take anything from your base game save into the expansion, and you'll see why here in just a couple minutes. So we got the storm data. We're going to go back to Silva. Oh, that was handy. Just like right there. We're going to go double check the mission log. So I believe all we have to do is put one of these in the research chamber. Which, by the way, once you've satisfied the mission, they can be used in the research chamber for bytes. So yeah, process encrypted data using the research chamber. Introducing Ruby. Don't ask what it stands for because I'm still workshopping it. I'm guessing they just never came up with a name for it. I know it's supposed to be a reference to Wizard of Oz. Seeing storms on all the planets except Silva. Silva doesn't have storms. And since storms look for hotspots, is what we just did. Place Ruby in there. Be careful, those storms look dangerous. Don't know what they might do to you. So we take this, drop it in the research chamber, let it scan it, which is quick. They scan super fast. We'll get a little bit of bytes for it. And done. Completed the mission. So that gets us bootstrapped for cash. Oof! The storms are brutal. If I had a little time, I could cook up something or cook up some way to keep you safe from their effects. But hey, you did it. We got a lead on the hacker thanks to that storm data. I found Blitz's ATP address, but it's all squirrely. While it seems to be a legit instance, the ID keeps changing. Security seems tight. We're going to need a backdoor to get in. Give me a sec. So we acknowledge that. And then thinking with portals. So I've been going through some backend code and found a thing. It's the blueprint for the mind file transfer portal, and the short version is it allows Astros to travel between instances. I think I can piggyback off this system and create a backdoor for you to answer into Blitz's instance. You know, hack the hacker. I can send you a portal on your landing pad. Cool. I guess I should acknowledge that. So it kind of looks like yet another curious object, strange object, whatever, for the trains and for like the xenobiology lab, like over there. Looks like it, sounds like it, but when you hover over it, it tells you cannot activate due to objects blocking area, cannot activate near a landing zone. So we have to take it elsewhere. But it has Frank's icon on it, and that's the icon that we see for all of Frank's communications. So we'll just take that, like, I don't know, over here. Let's go. We'll put it here. And this is cool. I like this. This is good. Just opened up a portal in the middle of the world. How freaking awesome does that thing look? Like, that is freaking cool. And you see how it's like kind of disrupting the area around it? It's just very, very well done. Like the graphics of it, just super good. And the thing is, it like you can't ever go behind it. It's always facing you. It's kind of like a medium battery. It just perpetually rotates. You cannot get behind it. I don't know what happens if there's another person in the game. So we'll go check the mission log, see if there's anything else for us to do here, which I don't believe there is. There is a new mission called Fools Rush In. Hey, I'm going to be straight with you here. Got no idea what's on the other side of that thing. Good. The security around Blitz's instance is intense. My sync with it ain't great. We might have trouble communicating. To be honest, I ain't even sure if your gear will survive the trip. There's how they hand wave away the technical problem they couldn't solve to have our stuff come with us. Not what you want to hear, I know, but Frankie always tells it like it is. But you can back out if you want to. No pressure. Just the fate of the entire ATP is at stake here. So you don't have to go to the portal. If you're happy, which, by the way, that kind of would be where you would end in the base game content. If you don't own the expansion, this is it. This is as far as you would get. I don't even know if you get the portal or not, to be honest. But you can just keep playing. Like, if there's stuff you want to do and you don't want to go to the expansion yet, just keep playing, you know. But that's not what we're here for today. So, this portal is incredibly cool. Just watch what's going to happen next. I'm not going to say anything until it's all done. So here we go. Yeah, I talked about this in my video, how the transition from the base game to the expansion is really cool right up until the moment it falls flat on its face, and that's this. Like that, I know exactly, Jake. I did too. I was like, did the game, what's happening? I'm like, did it crash? Did something go wrong? Like, I was really stumped. I'm like, this is because it was so cool. We have this portal thing there doing all this whooshy space-time continuum stuff. And then this really cool cutscene and then a menu. And we're in ads, so I'm going to wait before I explain any further. Gonna wait for ads to wrap for explaining further for people watching ads. That way they know. I know there's ads. It tells me. Don't worry, I'm not explaining anything good. You can't hear me say that, but I'm not explaining anything good. Looks like we've got about 30 seconds left in it. This is normally the time I would thank like followers and subscribers and donations for extra life and all that, but we haven't had any of those today. So instead we just kind of get to sit here and wait. I wonder how many of you out there are subscribed. You're unsure if something activated from that cutscene. I know. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you guys should be back from the ad break, yeah? I'm with you, Nebo. It's like watching TV. I know. I hate the ads. If I could turn them off, I would. But yeah, that is... It was so cool. We had the big swirly portal thing messing with space-time. And then we had that really cool cutscene start, and then it ended, and we're just dumped in a menu. And it's like, what? But if you look, there's a key that kind of gives away what's going on. See where it says travel to Silva system? And notice this kind of strange, ominous figure and a different planet than what we normally see in the main menu in the background. We're in the Aeolus system now. So that's what happened. This is not, it's just not very, it's not a smooth transition, and it's not very clear what happened. Like this needs to be better. So from here, because the base game and the expansion are totally different saves, which you can see I've already kind of played a couple. They get their own little icon for the expansion, this little purpley icon. Well, you click start a new adventure game, and so it should have just went from that scene in the LREV to this launching. It should have just made the thing. New viewers, he just went through the portal. Exactly. It should have just transitioned automatically. I shouldn't have had to go to the menu and click new adventure. Should have just done it. I don't know why it doesn't. And notice the name of the shelter? It's not called base shelter or anything like that. It's called glitch shelter. So we'll take a quick little tour. It mentions that, oh, by the way, all the stuff that was on my backpack, gone. It's gone. Nothing carries over. Nothing carries over from the base game. So instead of just having like a couple of single slots, go away, tooltip. Instead of having just a couple single tier 1 slots on there, no matter what I do, it's going to cover it up, isn't it? I hate the tooltips so much. There's a double storage slot there, a single one there, and then a double one there. It has an oxygenator, and then it has a decipher, and then it has Frank's emergency manual. It does have a built-in RTG though. It's in the roof. It's kind of really hard to get a look at, but you can kind of see the yellow bits of it, and it's swirling around in there. Especially if I hover over it, you can really see it all swirling in there. That's the RTG. It's just built into the roof. It's kind of cool. So yeah, a special shelter just for the expansion. Though eventually they want to have it so that you can use this in the base game that's just not there yet. It'll happen though. So there's something weird popping in and out of existence over there. The research catalog. Some things are unlocked. You know, oxygen filters, tethers, small canister, small generator. Some things are locked like normal, but you notice my bytes, 0. That save we were just in, I've got like 400,000 bytes. So your bytes don't come over here with you. So things are all locked again, but you notice that there's some that are bright glowing red instead of just this purple color. Those items are hacked. Even if I had the bytes, I still wouldn't be able to unlock them because they're hacked. You can't do anything with them. It's only this stuff that says that's normally locked that has a cost. If that says hacked, I can't do anything with it. So, bad connection. Check Frank's manual on the glitch shelter. Hey, am I getting through? The signal's a mess. Wait, there we go. Your blueprints got hacked and some of your gear ain't available in this instance. Let's fix that. Check the glitch shelter. I left a manual attached to it with information I gathered from scanning the planet. I know reading ain't always fun. Tell me about it. We've been doing it for how many years in this game? But if my connection goes dark, use the manual for directions. Don't skip this step. It's really important. This is your fallback if you get into trouble, and that's true. I'll send you something useful after you've had a chance to look at it. Cool. So, darn hackers hacking blueprints and stealing bytes, right? Open this up. Initiate a reboot. And this right here is the most important thing. This is the game. This is the expansion. I know I'm pointing at my monitor. But this right here, let me turn the overlay off again. This here, this is the gameplay loop. You will do this a few times. You will use a vault seeker to go to a vault to get a rootkit that you go put in a decipher. Then use the ruby and go to a storm hotspot to get storm data, to go into the decipher, to get a counter hack key, to go to the gateway, to get shards from the gateway, to power the gateway, to knock out a firewall, and then start over. Ugh. Take care, Jake. Have a good one. I just saluted, and my camera was on. Have a good one. So, yeah. And then there's, you know, talking about the research catalog's hot mess. Locked, can be unlocked to bytes, hacked. May be restored with a rootkit and then unlocked to bytes. Don't know if we get all of them back. You don't. You get most of them back, though. A little bit about the planet, a little bit about the core, a little bit about vaults and the decipher, and a little bit about storms. We'll encounter all that as we go through. So the first thing is to get a vault seeker, which is kind of funny because that vault seeker is just going to point to that thing that we can see right there. But it will be very necessary later. So we get it. It functions a lot like the probe scanner and even has like the base model of the probe scanner. Makes the same noises as the probe scanner. If we activate it, it points, has the same music as the probe scanner. And it's just taking us over to that doohickey. But that's far enough away. I want tethers so that we can go over there and interact with that and not have to worry about oxygen. So we're just going to grab a couple bits of compound here. Here, we'll make some tethers. And even though the worlds are procedurally generated, they're different like every time you start a new adventure in the expansion. The vault will usually be right about there, and the storm will usually be right about there. I've started several of them just over and over and over and over and over and over just to see how consistent it is, and they're roughly in the same place. So yeah, the world is different every time, but there are key elements of the gameplay loop that are usually going to be in about the same place. What's up, Block? It does look awesome. It is good. Despite, you know, some gripes I've had about it, it is... I think you should wishlist it if you haven't, and I think you should buy it. If you enjoy Astroneer, you will enjoy this update. So you can see if we turn this on now, we're there. You know, this is the thing this is trying to point us to. So we've got this big doohickey with an antenna with a light flashing on top and like some, I don't know, like a cyberpunk leopard stripe. I don't know what else to call it. But this is the Alpha Vault. It's protected cache sent by Frank. So this is from Frank. We activate the vault to access the vault keys. Rotate and place the correct keys into the proper position to access the Alpha Rootkit. So if we activate it, all those little empty spaces filled in. You'll notice that this one's kind of brighter than that one, and that one, and that one. That's because that one just happened to spawn in the right spot, in the right rotation. This is a puzzle. Like if I take it out, you can see it's no longer activated. If I put it back in, we know it's good. So you just kind of like look at them and see, you know, is this in the right spot? Like that one's clearly not in the right spot. There's no rotation that will let that create a pattern. So we'll grab that one for now. Bring it with us. That one, yep, that one completes there. So we know that this one's not going to be where it needs to go. Oops, I dropped the tether. Just for a process of elimination. So we know that this one goes here. Rotate it around to match up the pattern. And then go to this side and do it again. I completed all that. Drawer opened, and we now have the Alpha Rootkit. Whoops. I don't want tooltips. They're in my way when I do want them. What are you gonna do? So this is used in the thing back on the shelter that we saw called the Decipher. Provides level 1 alpha storm protection and restores part of the research catalog after using it in the Decipher. So I'm going to hold on to this for now, but I kind of want to demonstrate what it's talking about, level 1 storm protection. You may remember about half an hour ago, if you were here, when we were in the storm on Glacio, it took a while before we were hacked and started suffocating. Get my tether placement right. Oh, it's just gonna be sideways. Over here, if I go into the storm, which let's find a good place to enter. Looks like over here is gonna be our spot. Like you always want to scout this thing out. Oh, I should make a canister real quick. Yeah, canister. You always want to kind of scout out the storm to find an easy way in, or an easier way in. Like, you know, right here, that's going to be fairly easy. I'm going to get some soil here. But yeah, earlier on Glacio, like, it took a while before we were hacked and took damage. Oh, I see a bad guy right there. By the way, the hazard plants can sometimes be hacked as well, which makes them enormous. And slightly different colored, which can also make them really hard to spot. So like, look at how well that blends into all this stuff around it. So you really got to keep your eyes open. Or else you will get taken out by a plant. Not the most beautiful bridge I've ever built, but it'll do. And yeah, I know. Oxygen. Where's my tether? There's my tether. Cool, so that gives us a little ramp down. Am I really out of tethers already? Good grief. Hello, Raisins and Minion. What's up? We're about to demonstrate. We just picked up this thing called an Alpha Rootkit from that glowy orange and white thing over there. And it mentions that once we use it, it'll give us level 1 storm protection. So right now we don't have level 1 storm protection. So we're just going to do a little... oh, I made a generator, not tethers. Good job, me. I meant to make tethers. There we go. We're just going to demonstrate how quickly you start taking damage without that level 1 storm protection. We're gonna get up here to the edge. It's kind of hard to see for a minute. And we're gonna just extend this out a little bit so we can walk in there. Which, by the way, you can build terrain on the other side. Not a big deal. Alright, so here we go. On Glacio, it took, oh no, a solid minute before I started getting the suffocation warning. Let's see what happens here in the expansion planet with no storm protection. Instant. Pretty much instant. That's, I don't know if you saw that little meter fill up. Yeah. Instantaneous. Because I have no storm protection at all. So it would take just a few seconds and you'd be dead. You'd be back over at the shelter starting over. By the way, reminder, if you're just joining, this stream is full of spoilers. Unlike my video earlier today that had no spoilers, there's no way for me to play this live and not spoil it. I would basically have to go to just my face and talk to you about what I'm seeing. That's the only way that would work. Nobody wants that. So we're going to take this rootkit back to the Decipher, which that's the Mr. Coffee that everybody's, you know, been speculating. What is that? That's the Decipher. It's an item that decodes rootkits and storm data. So we take this, put it in there, and wha-bam. Oh, and by the way, if we now open this up, you can see we now have storm protection level 1. So let's, real quick, now that we have storm protection level 1, go make that comparison, just so while it's fresh in everybody's memory of how quick we took damage just a moment ago. Yes, there are flash leaves everywhere. Wait, yeah. Flash leaves everywhere. Like, they're just constant. So before, we had no storm protection. Now we have level 1. There's 3 levels that you can get for each storm. So now that we've got level 1, instead of it being instantaneous, it's still fast, but we have more time. So this gives us a little bit of time to be able to be in the storm and actually do stuff with level 1. But check that cool effect on the backpack and power meter again. If you weren't here for it earlier, just keep an eye on the oxygen tank and the battery in my backpack. Then when I get hacked, it starts going all squirrely. Look, kind of cool, huh? Yeah. There's flora, fauna, flora, plants. Did I say fauna? I don't know. That's it. They're everywhere. Including, I don't know if you were here just a minute ago, there was a big giant bounce vine, but it was disguised like these dudes. Like, it was in these colors, so it was right here. So it was really hard to see it. Pretty sure it's flora. Flora. Fauna are animals. Flora plants. Right? Am I wrong? I think I'm right. I don't know. It's been a while since I was in school. So we have extra research aids that need graphite, which I don't currently have. However, there's bites everywhere. Like, research is super easy to get. Super easy. Like, you don't really have to worry about it. Only one time when I played through in like one sitting did I ever really wish I had more bites. So cool, we did the thing, we got the storm data. Let's see what's next. So, find a vault, obtain the alpha rootkit, and submit it to the Decipher. Yep, and tells us what we just did. Get that. So that's going to unlock the schematic for a beacon. Okay. Because that's currently... I can unlock it myself, but it's going to give it to me. But Some of these things, like power cells, are hacked. We wouldn't be able to unlock any of this stuff, even if we had enough bytes. But beacon is not one of them. So it's going to give us a beacon, unlock the schematic for the ruby, unlock the schematic for the vault seeker, and the schematic for a portable decipher. Done. So we can now make one of these. So how do we get more storm protection? We get storm data, which is something we have to do anyway in order to make progress through the mission, because it has to be fed in back into the decipher, on and on. It's a big process. So if we get 7, we'll unlock storm protection level 2, and if we get 16, we will unlock storm protection level 3. But we kind of don't have a printer or anything like that, so this is where it's still Astroneer. You know, you still have to gather resources, turn those things into other resources, so that you can then gather other resources to use with those new things. You know, that gameplay loop will be very familiar. So we need to get a small printer. And then we're gonna need some resin as well, which I guess it was all over that way. Yep. So let's go get a couple of resin, because we're gonna need to make a medium printer, and we're gonna need somewhere for that to sit. I mean, I don't need a medium printer right now, but I want a medium printer right now. I'd like to get a research chamber as soon as possible. Can I even do a research chamber right now? I can. Small printer, where'd you go? On my train tool. That's the perfect spot for you. Why is this all messed up? Let's get this right. There we go. That was all wrong. So cool. Small printer, medium printer. And then a platform. Printer. Oh, excuse me. I did not get much sleep last night, so I'm exhausted. Plug that in. This here. So, what do we need to make a ruby? Because that is a thing we need. We need to find it first of all. We need a resin and a quartz. Well, there's quartz right there, so good job. Easy peasy. Excuse me. A lot of quartz. Resources are fairly easy to come by, though they are spread out. Like, some of the more advanced resources are very far away. What I'm not seeing in this save, but yeah, I am. Okay, good. I would say it's some of those square research things. Ad break starting in 5 minutes. So if you are not a subscriber, you will be seeing some ads, unfortunately, in 5 minutes. Nothing I can really do about it. Let's get one more resin here. There we go. Actually, I need 2 more resin, but that's okay. We'll get more once we get this platform started. I want to get a platform for a research chamber to sit on, which is thankfully already unlocked. Let's go this way, where I'm not going to risk getting a bunch of quartz with that. I know there's more here, yeah? Yeah, there has to be more here. Or not. Okay, that's fine. But there was more back over by the storm, I'm pretty sure. I think I remember seeing some that way. Yeah, there's a research right there that we can take back with this. And there are just, like, tons of the research samples. Like, I've already got 1,300 bytes just getting research samples. Just a couple. And I haven't even like gone to look for those research samples. They've just been like where I'm walking. So it's not, even though you don't carry any bytes over, it's, at least it's not hard to get research. I think if it would have been a struggle to get researched, I would have been outraged about it. As it is, I'm just mildly annoyed. You know what I could use? Is this generator. That'll help. Do I have everything I need for a research chamber? I think so. Yeah. So we'll get that on the go. We'll move this over here, just kind of out of the way. Like, that's a good spot. By the way, I still don't know why this has a tier 2 slot. No clue. Like, I don't know if maybe like in an early design of the game, this had to be mounted on the side or something, and it had to be connected. I have no idea. But it has two of them. It has two tier 2 and one tier 1 slot. It's just can you mount a printer on it? That's a fantastic question. I've not tried. Let's find out. I mean, yeah, you'll be able to mount it, but I don't know if it'll work. Yeah, it doesn't work. It's not an actual platform. Can't interact with it. That's a good question, though. I hadn't even thought to try that. Let's run and get this research over here. Oops, there's another one right there. One right here. Just gonna get a couple, drop them on that platform so that when the research chamber is done, it can automatically pull them. Grab another one from right here. Point at it. Very helpful. Perfect place for a small shredder. Sure, especially once you get an atmospheric condenser and some hydrogen. And got the yawning brain. One more for now. I do apologize for yawning. I knew I had to be up this early because I had a premiere of a video on YouTube. But my whole plan was to get up, be in chat for the premiere, and go back to bed and take a nap. So I had to... No, I was wide awake. I even woke up like an hour and a half before my alarm. Me, oh boy, it's today, also me, but today's on the 13th. Yeah, it's, you know, early access, etc., etc. All right, cool. So I've got some research on the go. So now let's get a ruby with resin and quartz, and then I'm gonna go get a little bit more resin, and I'm gonna employ a technique that I have found useful. I don't need that right now. You're part of the Awesome People's Club? Is that Obnoxious Content Creator Club? Some of which apparently I'm hearing rumor disrespected Systemair's wishes about what we can show. Because when Joe sent me the key, he also sent me a PDF. with what he was okay with us showing and when. And starting today at 5 a.m. Pacific time, I was able to show up. It's about a third of the gameplay. Basically, we'll get through that storm right there. And that's about the first third of the game, maybe first quarter. And it's like, once you get to a certain mission, don't do any more missions, please. And then you can show the surface and this one other thing. But don't go any deeper into the planet than that. But apparently somebody showed footage from way deep inside the planet. That's between them and Systemera, but it's disappointing. And it's frustrating. Because, one, it gives them a leg up. You know, not following the rules. But two, you know, what if next time around, you know, Joe or whoever's in charge of it at that point is just like, well, we had somebody break the embargo last time. We're not going to do any, did you mess up? No, Tack, I'm not gonna mention names, but and I haven't seen it for myself, so this is just something somebody has told me. But apparently somebody showed off an area that we were asked to not show until the 12th. Now on the 12th, 5 a.m. Pacific time on the 12th, I can show you whatever I want and talk about whatever I want. That is when the embargo lifts, is the day before. So that's, you know, and again, that's in that document that we got. We can do it. This is your first preview vid. You figured it was, nah, I saw your video. You were fine. It was supposedly, like, you know, like I said, I don't want to name names or anything, but it was supposedly just showing off a lot more of the world than we were supposed to. So whatever. But again, I was really unclear on some of the wording, and I'm like, well, what's a crust layer cave? There's nothing in this game called crust layer cave. What's that? So I just erred on the side of caution, and I just didn't go to any caves. Alright, cool. So we've got a ruby, we have a platform, we have a generator, and we have our tether line broken. Let's fix that. This is what I found to be just an easy way to get this storm data that I need without having to run back and forth nonstop, provided we can get somewhat close to one of those. Like that one might work. I'd rather honestly just flatten around the edge and get this one over here. I think this will be easier. It's gonna take a minute to flatten a little ledge over there. Probably have to refill our canister, but they do move from time to time, so I don't know, by the time I get this done it might move, but it'll be back. They tend to kind of bounce around location to location, so I'm not too terribly worried about it. Of course, what I'm about to do, not so handy for anybody using console. This is going to take advantage of long reach using mouse and keyboard. Just want to right at the edge of this here. Yeah, we're gonna have to come out a little farther. I probably should have went around. Yeah, I totally should. Let's go around because that's gonna be easier. Let's grab some of these tethers here, and then let's just work our way down to there. Let's get a nice little angle and make ourselves a ramp down. We're gonna need my soil. The other 3 times I've done this, there was always one of those hot spots in the storm, like right where I had my ramp, like every time. So I've never had to actually strategize to get it. No snails. No. Nothing from the base game. Except any cosmetics you've unlocked. Cosmetics and all that are unlocked, which I can't open my cosmetics menu because I have spoilers in there. Which the stream started just a little bit late, so I realized at the last second I had those cosmetics on. Just as I went to go start like the stream countdown timer, I was like, oh crap, I'm wearing the wrong stuff. I had to real quick change clothes. Alright, now we can start working our way over there. And show you this wonderful time-saving trick that I've come up with. It now isn't saving me any time whatsoever, but whatever. Deal with it. So it's up there. We need to go up one more. They don't have to be pretty ramps. They just have to get you where you're going. And again, keep an eye out for hazards, because they can take the coloration and effects of these weird plants. And you'll think that you're just next to one of those weird plants when you're really stepping on a hazard. Alright, cool. So here we go. We're going to run in there. We're going to go to this vortex right here. It's like, there we go. There's a spine lily. Proving my point. We're going to drop this platform right there in that. We are going to put the ruby on there, and then we are being hacked, so we need to run back out real fast so we don't die. Let that reset. And this is why I set this up the way I do, so I don't have to keep running back and forth. And then I am going to make sure that the output of ruby is facing that general direction. I am then going to throw a generator about there, plug it in, turn it on, and then I'm out of here. You can stand right on the edge of these storms with them open and be able to see in there, but if you use long reach, you'll be able to tell when that storm data is ready to be collected. So you can just chill out here, let it run in there, and then use long reach to grab them. When it gets that outline, you can just shift click, pick it up, and then long reach back in and wait for the next one. And then just keep an eye on it. Like, you can kind of see the little swirls going down into the ruby to let you know it is collecting. And then occasionally just like try to look at the generator to make sure that it is still powered. Or still powering, or just count to 120, either way. And then you just want to get a few of these. You need 7 to get level 2 storm protection and to also get the counter hack key. I would get the maximum number. There you go. You can see it moved. It's over there now. So we're just going to quickly relocate. And that's why I like using the platform. Eventually I do this on a vehicle. Again, making sure that output is facing out so I can see it pretty easy. Get out of here before I die. You could also just wait for that hotspot to move back over to where it was, but that's boring for a live stream, so we're not gonna do that. And then there we go. We got another one. But yeah, this is my little pro tip. Is just use long reach. For people on controllers alone, good luck, have fun. I don't really know what advice to give you to make this easier. So my backpack is full. So that just ran out of organic. You can kind of see the hologram. So we're going to run these back over to the base, to the decipher that's built inside of the shelter. And maybe make some more room in our backpack. Maybe even make a medium storage. Oh wow, I made myself a ramp that I cannot get back up. There we go. I would hug Weasley, but my luck, he would throw me down the big deep ravine. Alright, cool. And then the further away you get from the storm, the less of a visual impact it has, thankfully. I can tell you from having play tested a couple different times during the development of the oh hello, didn't see you, of the expansion, it was worse. You used to just not be able to see. Like, it was bad. Research chamber very slowly processing research. So these storm datas, you can see storm data collected from the Alpha Storm. Yay, Silas! Thank you so much for the donation to Extra Life. You will be getting an email next week sometime from Gina with, as long as we have your email address from your donation, with a code to redeem for your cosmetics here in Astroneer. Yeah, storm data collected from the Alpha Storm via the Ruby, using the decipher to decrypt information, generates a counter hack key, which we'll see what we do with that. And also, we put in the research chamber for like 100 bytes, I think, but they go super quick. So you just drop them off in there. I'm gonna keep that actually for now. I'm gonna keep that for now. I'm gonna get rid of this. We could also generate these storm data a little bit faster. The Ruby takes 5 units per second to fully power it, but we've only got one generator hooked up, so it's not running as fast as it could. But what I'm going to do is make a medium storage and take that over there with us. That way I can get 8 plus the space I have here in my backpack. Because that was what, like 3 or 4 I just put in, and we need 6. I want 16 total. I want to have maximum storm protection before we go in and do basically the final stuff that we can do there. The first bit goes pretty fast. I mean, I've been going slow through it, and it's only been an hour and 16 minutes. And then after, I figured we could jump into creative and maybe explore the surface of the planet together. Just kind of fly around and look at different sites that we can see. Not going to be a super long stream. Probably like 2 hours. Oh, I just knocked over my tether again. I think it's the same one. But yeah, when back during the playtest time, before they changed the visibility on these, I was so focused on trying to like see where my ramp was that I had built earlier that I didn't know, and I had walked by like 3 or 4 times, did not notice that there was a weezeweed, because it was one of the plants that disguises itself like these. Did not notice that there was weezeweed right there. Like, I had never heard it or anything, the sound of the storm, and just barely bumped into a weezeweed and fell. And at the time, these canyons were a lot taller. Like, the elevation difference between all of these was way more pronounced. And they still are in a portion of the game, but here in the intro part, it's a little easier. So we're probably gonna have to go in and move this again. It might be close enough, but I doubt it. So I just want to make sure it doesn't go beyond my long reach. I'm pretty sure that's gonna collect. Are you collecting? You're not. You're not close enough. Crap. Alright. I was really hoping that would be close enough, because it doesn't have to be in the hotspot. It's just got to be close to it. So... yeah, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to long reach. Oh, that one just disappeared. Okay, hold on. Let's and it reappeared as soon as I ran back out. Oh, that's rude. Somewhere somebody at System Air is like manually pulling levers behind the scenes in real time because I said critical things about the... they would never do that. I actually heard from one of the devs right after he watched the video. We had a nice conversation. Hacked! Run away! Yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to long reach to there. That's pretty far. Oh, no, I can. Okay, we're good. So then just as soon as the storm data gets an outline around it, there we go. We can shift click. And I'm going to say we need like probably 15 more. I don't know for sure. But I can't, the thing is I can't really see the generator now because it's just far enough away. It doesn't look like it's collecting. You can turn it off. Turn it back on again. No, it is. You can see the swirls going to the top of it. Okay. We're good. Dang it. I clicked the whole dang thing, not the, it's not the storm data. Ah. Pro streamer work here. Let's just wait for a second. There we go. Don't want to spend too much time in here. By the way, these things here, the ones that aren't hazards, they can't hurt you. They're just the trees, basically. If you run them over with a drill and paver, they pop just like trees and other decorators do. They look cool, though. Come on. There we go. Oh, and it just... let's wait and see where it comes back to. Because they'll always... I won't say always, but they'll generally be one in the same rough area. I think it moved over there. So I'm going to turn the generator off for now. Because I don't want to waste organic. Not that I can't get more, but... I really think over there was the spot to be where we were earlier. But there was no easy path in over there. What do we have? 3? Yeah, we only have 3. And it's being... let's turn our back on it for a second. Be like, no, we don't care. We don't care that that you're not there. I was hoping that would work. Alright, if it's not gonna respawn there... That's weird. Like I said, this is my 4th time now playing into this, and of course, while I'm live, it's the first time that it doesn't just like immediately reappear, like within a foot or two of where it had been. Like a liar out of me live. Let's go investigate that side and see if maybe we can get a path over to that easily. Ow. Do I have compound? I don't, but we can get some. It's kind of everywhere. Surprised there's not a bajillion laterite right there too, because this is where laterite forms. Or is found, I should say. Yeah, see, I think over here may be a better play. Sweet, I hate to do that. I'm really sorry, but you're kind of in the way. But I will replant you. Because you are my favorite hostile plant. Remember, guys, Weezeweed's just misunderstood. Doesn't really want to hurt us, he just wants a hug. Actually, I think we'll be able to get right in here, yeah? Yeah, I just don't have any tethers. And I can't see around these plants to see if there's a hazard. But that's down lower, so I won't be able to long reach. Speaking of Weezeweed, being disguised. Look at how huge he is, and look at his colors. I'll have to get back out pretty quick. This sucks. It's not going as quickly as it did for me last time. Did you guys see that Weezweed and how massive it was? Now imagine a cataplant that shoots explosives scaled up to that same degree. The stuff of freaking nightmares, let me tell you. Here we go, it's back over here now. Not in an ideal location, but we can make it work, I believe. Get out of here. Oh gosh, I might have stayed too long. This is gonna be close. Oh. I've only died in there one time. I'm not sure exactly how long you have, to be honest. So I don't know that I can get... Yeah, I can't. I'm not sure where the storm data output is. Oh, there it is. Okay. It's towards the back now. I must have rotated it around. Long Reach was made for this expansion. Let me tell you, man. And you don't have to get the maximum storm protection. Like, it's not mandatory. It just makes the next phase of our little battle against Blitz a little bit simpler. Is that not gathering? Are we out of organic? Or is it just... Oh, good. I can move it closer now. That makes me happy. Minion says the expansion was made for long reach. It might be that, yeah. That might be a more accurate, Minion. And I'm sure that that's not even like how they intended you to play it. I'm sure they wanted you to run back and forth. Oh my god, I did it again. I'm sure they wanted you to run back and forth in a panic because you're being hacked and all that, and have to go back to the decipher a bunch of times to get the different storm levels. Like, literally the first time I came over here, I'm like, oh, I can just long reach in there and get that. That's fine. And I haven't done it a different way since, except on the third storm. Because by then, excuse me, Dr. Pepper burps. You have, what's the word? A rover with a drill and paver. I think my generator shut off. And you can make an RTG by that point. Do I really not have any organic anymore? Okay, well that's fine. I can get some. That's all this stuff is. So I just like scouted out a location. Oh, I made a regular oxygenator because I didn't have enough nanocarbon alloy to make a portable oxygenator. Plus, I didn't have anything to power it at the time. My backpack. So I made a regular oxygenator and just a little platform. Carried that on my backpack, and then just drove my rover into the storm with a big silo attached and the Ruby on there. Let it get a ton of these storm data things, and I just stood outside the storm, tethered to the oxygenator, just listening. I counted how many times I heard it, because when it's slotted and it can automatically like unload, it makes a noise. So you know, like if you've watched Tack's video, he shows him using a canister to collect them. I just used a silo instead. But it makes a noise, and you can hear that it has finished one. So I sat there and counted until I knew I had enough, and then ran back in real fast, got in the rover, and drove it back out. It was easy. What was supposed to be the hardest storm was the easiest one for me. Never underestimate a rover with a drill and paver, man. Like, you can pretty much do anything once you have that. Or a princess, but, you know, she doesn't exist in this portion of the training simulation. There we go. Can't see my generator. You're still collecting? You are still collecting. Cool. So that's 7 more. What do we need total? 16, and I think we had like 4, maybe 5. Something like that. But the rest of this will go, really? I was just about to say the rest of this will go quick once we get all these collected. I'm being trolled. I swear I'm being trolled. Oh, you go there. I ain't organic. We'll just restock organic while we're waiting. You know where we can get a lot of organic? Places like Visanya Part 2. Up in this one biome. And it used to be worse. Looks very Aatrox. I mean, every resource. Oh, this isn't where I want to be. Every resource is on the planet. Every hazard is on the planet. Here in this first area, the hazards are pretty mild. I'm just gathering organic while I'm waiting on that hot spot to kind of decide to come back to an area that is more useful for us. I would go check the decipher, but it doesn't give like a number. It just has like a little meter of how many you are towards that 16. I think we're about a quarter away, so I think we need 12. Oh, there was organic right there. Worst tramp ever. Let's say that about all minutes. And hopefully the hot spot is going to cooperate and stay put for a while. Or it won't even be over here at all, and we're just gonna have to keep struggle busing our way through this. There's one down there. Come on, come back. I'm just gonna be, oh, with the haze? Yeah, the haze, like, turned up to 11, man. I do like how as you come out of it, though, like, it's a very gradual effect. I dig it. I'm really, really impressed with, like, just the graphics overall. Like, this force field, the storm, this stuff, like the electric in the air that's moving up, and the way some of the plants shimmer. It's just all so very well done. Man, I just need a hotspot, like, right here that I can long reach into. Please. Please. One right here. There's one down there. Might be able to make that work. So that's just, like, right here. Ow. Oh, it's down a little bit, though. Yeah, it can get tough to see what you're doing because of the haze. Like, oh, and I'm about to say there's laterite. Not really sure how far down I need to drill because I just can't see what I'm doing. Just gonna see if this tutor came back. If not, well, we'll just have to go run back and forth a whole lot. I'm getting impatient. Alright, we're gonna drop it down there. And as soon as I do, watch, this one's gonna come back. Yeah. Hack. Another ad break? Oh my gosh. I don't think it even gave me the warning this time. Let's try to get a ramp down there as quickly as we can. Which there is no quick when you have to run back out. We will dig this part out from here to see if we can just at least see where it is I'm trying to go. You guys all saw that, right? As I cleared that out, it moved and it's not down here anymore. I swear I'm being trolled. Oh my gosh. Did it move back up here? No? Well, there's that one over there, but that one's been over there. Can I get to that one fairly easily? I think that's the one I was trying to get to earlier. That's pretty far down. Okay. Let's do this. Let's go to the tethers. Oh, it's back. It's back. It's back. It's back. Perfect. 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 Okay. Put this here. Find my generator. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, my generator's on me. Like, where's the generator? No, lost generator. Crap. Run away. Run away. Run away. Run away. Run away. Run away. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. We're fine. I wasn't panicked. You were panicked. Let's work. As long as this thing just stays there. Dev hacks indeed. Yeah, they're hacking me right now. They're trolling and just laughing. They're sitting in a conference room in Seattle just laughing at me. Jeez. Oh, it's like about to say. Oh, now it's not collected. Why not? You should be close enough. You're not powered? Yeah, it would really help to turn the generator on, wouldn't it? Big brain. I can't quite. All this terrain is in the way, and I can't long reach to it. Because it's wanting to focus on the train. Whoops. Yeah, I just... There, now I can. Cool. Jeez. Alright, how many do we have? I've got 2 on my backpack, and we've got 7 here. Yeah. So I'd like to get 3 more. I think that's what we're gonna need. And it moved again. This is where I need something with more power. Because when it's running at full speed, man, it gathers the storm data fast. Because again, it needs 5 units of power. I'm giving it 2. All right, you're up there. Stay up there, please. I'm gonna go down here. I'm gonna get this stuff. Please stay up there. Please, please. Probably had time to put that in place from down there, but I didn't want to risk it. Last ramp. But even the ramp I built gets covered in that weird digital glitchy stuff. Which is really awesome. Run down. I want just the platform. It's gonna be hard to long reach, isn't it? Run out for just a second before I place the generator. Look at the sun through the storm. Isn't that cool? All right, friend, look, I just need you to chill right there for just a little bit longer, okay? I need 3. It's all I'm asking from you. Hydrate. I can hear it, and they're doing something. All right, can I reach that? No, the train is not in the way. Good, cool. So, 8, 9. Well, I've only got room for 3 more, so that's what we're gonna get. It's 3 more. Is it still collecting? Yes, see swirls going into it? I can't tell. No, because it moved just far enough away. All right. Plan B. We are going to take what we have back to the decipher. The decipher. And get at least level 2 so I have a little bit longer in there. I was trying to just go straight to level 3 so that then we can just go do the thing we need to do. But whatever, it's fine. I'm tired of messing with it, and by getting to level 2, I'll have longer in the storm before I have to run back out. Oh, hiccups. I do need to save one of these, however, once I get to level 2. Because they will be used to make a really cool thing that we need. Excuse me. Somebody's burning something outside. How are they burning something outside? We're in the middle of a rainstorm, but I can smell that. Could be somebody's fireplace. I can smell the wood smoke. It's getting my allergies because my window is technically always open because of the air conditioning unit in it. There we go. You saw it pop and say I got level 2, so I can now get the counter hack key. Failed tactical hydrate. Oh, so that was 8 that we just put in. So we need 8 more. So if I do that, we have a counter hack key, which is a triptych with a really good baseline. Let me turn that up for you guys. That is impressive. Yes, the first time I played this, I just sat there for quite a while because it's cool. We do need to keep one of these though for later uses, so I'm going to set it aside. It will come in handy for making the portable decipher. I think it gets used in something else as well. I could be wrong though. I don't remember which menu it's in. No, that's just aluminum. Okay. So I need that one for something later. So we will need 4 after this. Hello, Stackman. Actually, you know what? Should we just go ahead and make the portable cipher? I don't have tungsten yet. And it's to get the tungsten take. I know where it is, and it is not in the most hospitable of locations when you're on foot. If you have a vehicle, it's not so bad. But it's a little tricky to get to. How you doing, Stackman? Yeah, we are definitely doing spoilers in the live stream. I did a spoiler-free review on YouTube, but we're spoiling about the first third of the game for the live stream. Can't go beyond that at the request of System App. By the way, guys, is it just me, or does the light from the tether light reflect a little bit differently now? Like, Like there's more of an actual reflection instead of just a glow. Like especially there on the compound. Like I've noticed it in a couple other places too. And like the light coming off of a zebra ball, I actually felt like light being reflected instead of just a glow in the general area. Because there are LRDs in this world. Okay, good, it's right there. So we'll be able to chill for a little bit longer inside the storm now. Because it'll take longer before we are hacked because we have... Dude, where's my... There it is. We have level 2. You can even see that the meter's going slower. Is that there? It didn't plug in. Turn generator on, and there's the output. Cool. I'm still gonna go stand outside. But at least I don't have to be as frantic inside. It turned off, but there's not a complete thing there, did it? Ah. You know, a bigger planet would be better to do true flat in. Ah, and then the thing left again. It's over there. Okay, we're good. I am being trolled. I'm convinced of it. Just finish that one, please, before you decide to move again. Hey, Dino. Still need bigger soil canisters. How much soil do you want to carry at one time? You mine the planets? Fair. Fair. Soil gets turned into resources. Ah. Somebody yelled at me in one of my comments recently telling me I was... and I don't know what they were talking about. They're like, doing it that way, you're wasting soil. I'm like... Okay, so technically, yes, soil is a limited resource, but... you'd be hard-pressed to use it all that exists in the entire solar system. So it's kind of hard to waste soil. Now, I have no idea. Like, doing it that way, you're just wasting soil. Why not use a tapper? I think their point was using the current infinite soil glitch that exists right now, which, by the way, say goodbye to it on Wednesday or Tuesday of next week, whatever the day is, the 13th is. It is going away. Yeah, there's an infinite soil glitch. It involves the tapper and the trade platform and scrap, and it's a whole thing. Did it give me that one? Yeah, it got me that. I think that's all I need. I'm going to just leave that stuff in there for now. We'll come back for it later. Or we may just leave it there forever. Because we have to now go back to the Decipher, get our level 3 storm protection so that I've got some time. And then we have to go back in there. And that's why I want to have the level 3, is because we're going to have to go a little bit deeper into the storm. We're going to have to actually go to the center of the storm. Once we reach the center, we'll be fine, because there's the eye of the storm, and you're safe in there. But getting to it, you know, I might have to... I haven't really inspected it yet. I might have to build some ramps or some stuff. So I want to definitely have the highest storm protection that I can get for this next phase. And we're kind of getting near the end of what I can show. So be thinking about what you guys... I can, like, as far as actual, like, the gameplay, we're getting near the end. Once I unlock a certain mission, I have to stop. In the missions, but I can still continue showing you the planet. So think about what you might like to see. So there we go, level 3 unlocked. Cool. I got one too many. We're gonna need this, that, and that. Why do I have to stop the missions? Because Systemera asked that we starting the day we could show up to a certain point in the missions. And you know, it's called an embargo. Game developers do it all the time. They're like, hey, we'll give you early access, but here's our conditions. You can't do it before this date, and here's what you can and can't do. They did not like limit like you can't, you know, like I've had other early access games offered to me where they're like, you can't say anything negative about the game. I refuse every one of those. So I'm like, if there's something I don't like about a game, I'm not gonna pull my punches. I'm not gonna sugarcoat that. You guys saw that from my spoiler-free review today. I think everyone should buy this update, but it has some problems, and I didn't pretend that it doesn't. All right, so we need this. We've got a minute. We need to go over there. If you're guessing, hey, that looks like a gateway, you are right. That is a gateway. Do I have tethers? Yeah. I'm not too worried about being hacked because as soon as we go in here, we're fine. However, I ran out of tethers. Is there compound nearby? Yeah, cool. Are they any good or more cosmetic? I mean, you know, there's some gameplay items and that's kind of what we've been looking at this whole time. I know I had compound. I wanted more to be able to do some stuff here. So, gateway chamber. Kind of looks like a normal gateway chamber. Of course, we're way up here. All right, let's change tactic. Kind of looks like a normal gateway chamber, kind of doesn't. You may have spotted a thing off to the side just a second ago. We'll look at that a little bit more because I am allowed to show you that. So you guys know there's this antagonist, Blitz, that's responsible for all this. They have hacked into the Astroneer training programs and their plan is to just delete everything out of existence, including us. Didn't really need that. And so at each of the gateways, they've left behind a personal log. And I'm going to put this on my backpack just because it condenses it down and makes it easier to see for some reason. So you can read that. I'm going to throw up the be right back screen real quick because I need to run to the restroom. I'll give you guys enough time to read that, and then I will be right back. All right, cool. So, yeah, hope you had time to read that. If not, it's talking about, you know, their ego and kind of a little bit of what it is they're wanting to do. So we've got a gateway. This is the Alpha Gateway Terminal access slot. We just so happen to have a counter hack key for the Alpha Gateway Terminal access key. So, kind of. Minion says, we've heard the name Blitz in the main game before, have we, Minion? So that... that goes there. Did you notice that the little logo changed on the side? And that gave us two... the data circuit model D. Yes, sir. It gave us two alpha shards, gateway fragments, placed in the correct orientation to restore the Alpha Gateway Terminal. So pick those up, and then what's this? Is this the place they might go? Look at that. It's just like infinite down there. How cool does that look? This is just a pretty simple puzzle. You just put these in, try to line them up. If it doesn't line up in one, move it to the other one. Like, yeah, there we go. And then that means this one will go in here. You just spin it around until it lines up with the surroundings. And so updated, repair the gateway, and now what should appear? The thing in the middle disappeared, and now we have just our standard gateway power plugs. If we look at the mission for recompile, we've done that. Our reward will be a portable smelting furnace, which I guess we could go get that, but I know what the next thing is we're supposed to do, so we're just gonna do it. That's powering the gateway. I have no idea how much power it requires. I've just always made 3 and it's been enough. I'm sure I could science it out to figure out exactly how much it needs, but I just haven't had that kind of time. So I haven't done it yet. But this is just, once it's all unhacked and all that, it's just a matter of, it's 5. It's 5 units, just like Silva. Because you can see it got, with 2 on, it was 4/5 full. I just realized I don't have the music on, so you guys aren't hearing the new music. Oh well. I'll turn it on here in a second. Actually, we'll turn it on now. Everybody's seen, because there is new music, and it is good. How loud? Gateway music's normal. Cool. So, make our way back over to the base. I'm gonna grab Ruby on the way out. Jump off of here. I don't really care about that platform. It's just one resin. There, the new music kicking in. If you listen closely to the video I posted on YouTube earlier today, it's there too. It's just really faint in the background. But like that weird digital noise you're hearing, that's not the music. That's this biome. That's just the noise this biome makes. It's going to be something of a slow journey. So that was essentially part 1. You may remember from earlier today that Frank talked about firewalls, that we had to bring down firewalls, and there was a lot of them. That essentially was the first firewall. If I had been thinking about it, I would have remembered to try to dig down a little bit, and we wouldn't have gotten very far before there would have been a digital firewall that we couldn't pass through. Like, it's kind of like, It's reminiscent of how the gateway engines, the cores are, if you don't unlock them first. Like if you go down there and you can't get in, it's similar to that, but it's not as like all the bars. It's just kind of a purple glow. And it's kind of cool. And you have to unlock those firewalls to be able to get deeper into the planet. Are we finding new research items so far? No. I don't think that one's new, is it? I'm pretty sure we've always had this one. I don't know. I don't ever go after the different variations. I've gotten, while I've been playing with that just running there, incredibly underpowered, gotten 8,000 bytes. So it's not hard to get bytes. So, cool. If we go in here and hit recompile, this is very handy that this is what we get as a reward. Otherwise, we'd have to get even more power for a smelter. This only takes 2 units. We don't have to have platform for that. That was a very well thought out mission reward for this early in the game. And then system warning. Warning, firewall 1 is offline because we just did all of that stuff over there. That took the firewall offline. The LS core security is at risk of breach. Push the big green button. I push the big green button. Push it again. I get my rewards, which are a paver, which is a nice reward. Which won't come in handy until we get a rover, and a field shelter. And now if we go into the research catalog, I believe some of the items that were previously hacked, yeah, like the tractor and trailer, the trailer is now unhacked. I think the medium rover, yeah, the buggy, and it's the buggy and the medium rover are now unhacked. Large rover is still hacked. Pretty much all the large items are still hacked. So no matter how many bytes I have, I can't get those. But I do have access to a buggy and a medium rover. So what do you guys say we make a buggy and a rover seat and go explore the planet for a while? Sound like a good plan? Because we've reached the point I can do missions per system era. Once I get to this little bug, which is basically doing everything that we just did, but at the next storm. What are the green nuggets? Those are the storm data that we were gathering earlier with the Ruby and the storm that you couldn't really see them that well because it was hazy. That is what this is. So, do you just start in the new game or continuing with your existing game with this DLC? Either one. In fact, I'll show you why. That's my answer. We'll come back to this. Don't worry. We will be coming right back to this. We're going to go here. And then we're going to travel to the Silva system, which is just a thing at the top of the menu. I know did that quick. But what I want to show you is this. Oh, ads are starting, so I'll wait till the ads are over to show all this off. So are ads running or not? It told me they were starting, but it never gave me a timer. Are you guys watching ads right now? Oh, Frank, you like it? I know. Not yet? Okay, cool. Well then, so this is at the end of the short gameplay loop that you'll have in the base game. There were just a couple missions I had to do. It took me to... There's the ads. Okay, now I'll wait. Just as I start explaining, because of course. But yeah, for you subscribers, you're going to hear this twice. Is to answer the question of, do you just start a new game or continue with your existing game? You only have to complete a core concept in order to then move on to the expansion stuff. And the core concept is activating any planet's core. So you do that, you can do that fairly early. As we saw over there on the portal, you don't take anything with you into the expansion, and I'll show that again. We showed it off earlier, but I'll show that again here in a minute. So there's no point in preparing for the expansion because you can't prepare for the expansion because you don't take anything with you. You're back? Cool. It looks like the ad break is still going for a few people. So I'm just going to wait until it tells me that it's over for everyone. Three, two, one, and ad break in. So cool. So this mission, you can see it's telling you have to complete a core concept. And that is just the mission that requires you to activate a planet's core. So as long as you have activated a planet's core, you're good to go with the expansion, which this thing on is the first mission of that, which I've done them all. So you don't really need to prepare anything, because I mean, look, this is the save I started this live stream in earlier. Portable oxygenator, solid fuel jump jet, QT RTGs, drills, all that. And clearly I didn't have any of that in the expansion, because if you read here, it's like your gear isn't going to fare very well going through the portal. And in this mission over here, he basically tells you nothing you have is going to transfer over. And that is 100% true, because it is its own complete different save. So like if we go Fool's Rush in, here, I'll get rid of the overlay real quick so you can see that a little better. This last little bit right here, to be honest, I ain't even sure if any of your gear will survive the trip. So that's why I say it doesn't really matter whether you do a new save or use an existing one, because there's all of this stuff, the 400,000 bytes, all of that, everything being unlocked in the research catalog does not matter one bit in the expansion, which kind of sucks. And then to actually, for the first time, you have to go through this portal. So this is cool. This portal is amazing. It gives you like a little curious object thing again, like the type you get for the railway station and for the lab. It gives you another one of those, and when you activate it, this portal opens up. And this portal is freaking awesome. Like, look at it. I know it's dark in game, but like, look, you can see it's like messing with like the space around it, trying to like glitch everything nearby and all of that. And it's freaking cool. And then we use it, and I'm going to assume this is going to play the cutscene again. Fingers crossed. Yeah, it's going to play. We get this really cool cutscene. Frank. So it does all this really cool stuff, and then this. This is what I meant earlier in my YouTube video about the base game content is really great right up into the point it falls flat on its face. And this is that. This is where it falls flat on its face. All that stuff was so cool, and then it just takes you to a menu. And a lot of people I've heard from were very confused about this. So like, so now what? Why did it put me back at the menu? But look closely. There's some clues here that tell you that things are different. One is this blitz cloud right here. Yeah, it almost looks like it crashed. Exactly. But there are clues. There's the blitz cloud that's not normally there. This is clearly not Silva that you normally are in front of on the main menu. But the biggest clue is right here. It says travel to the Silva system. So that's a new thing. So we are in the Aeolus menu right now. So we're in the Aeolus solar system. And you may have noticed it said loading solar system. So if I click new adventure game, we're not going to land on Silva like you wouldn't do if you were just starting any normal game. We're in the expansion menu after going through the portal. So we're going to land instead on Aeolus. This is what we did about an hour and a half ago. That's how we got here, was going through that. So it's really a cool transition right up into the point that it's not. I really wish that, like, and I know I'm not a game designer, I'm not a game developer, I don't know how to make any of these things possible, or if it even is possible. But I really wish that, like, after that little cutscene with the Frank's icon on the tablet and the hologram of the new planet, that instead of like doing loading solar system, that maybe like it would just fade to black and play some music or something and do all that behind the scenes and then cut to you launching from the El Revan landing here. I think that would make it feel that just kick somebody to the new save already. Just do it. You can then go back to any of your saves, but you actually have to like travel back to the Silva system, I believe. Like, I don't know, like if I try to load, so we're in the Silva system right now, you can tell because there's Silva down there. No ominous purple face in the sky. So like if I try to load a Glitchwalkers save, which you can tell this is a Glitchwalkers save because of that icon, I don't know what happens. I think it's just going to load the right solar system. Yeah. And then vice versa, if I try to go back, it'll take a minute because it's a big save. So yeah, I can just go back and forth. Like, was the icon hidden behind the fundraiser widget? Well, you can see it here. There you go. That icon right there. That purple. Yeah, that purple icon. So we can just go back and forth between saves without having to go out to the main menu. So, like, I don't know why. Why couldn't they, instead of traveling to the Aeolus system and then having a duplicate menu, why couldn't they just, like, here in a new game, start a new adventure game, start a new Aeolus adventure game, start a new creative game, start a new Aeolus adventure game? Like, just put it here. Just put it there and then just start it. Just start the new adventure when we do that thing. I don't know. It was weird. That was one of the things I was just like, that could be better. Yeah, again, clearly I didn't bring any of my stuff. So the long answer is, Dino, you do whatever you want. You can start a new game if you want, but there's nothing you can really do to prepare for it other than complete a core concept mission. That's it. And then that doesn't even have any impact whatsoever on what you do here. So, you know, take it with a big grain of salt, but it doesn't really matter. You can do either one because they're both going to wind up with the same end result, which is you're here with nothing. Which I'm hearing, you know, I've heard from a lot of people, they're like, you know, they don't mind. They kind of like the idea of starting over and having a bit of a challenge. And no doubt that, like, if you had access to, you know, everything already unlocked in the research catalog, you could, in theory, you could just start making everything again, but not really, because, and I'll show you why. For starters, while every resource is on this planet, they're far away. Like, if I wanted to get, let's say I wanted to make an RTG, so I'm going to need iron. Well, I could dig down, and there's iron below my feet, but it's pretty far down. And like, probably a good 4 or 5 minutes of digging. But if I wanted to get the wolframite that I'm going to need to make a chem lab, it's a good 5-minute drive away. And then back. And then after that, I'm going to need... then I'll be able to make a chem lab. Then I'll be able to make an atmospheric condenser. So I'm going to get the gases. They're all available in the game. At 100 PPU, no less. All of them. But then I'm going to need titanite and lithium. And those not only are all the way on the other side of this massive planet, and it is huge, but they're in a very difficult to travel through biome. So it's not like I could just speed through, even if I had all my bytes. I couldn't just speed through getting a rover with a drill and a paver and an RTG and just then do the whole thing quick. No, I still have to put in a lot of effort to get all that stuff. And it's my first time playing it. I don't know where titanite is. I don't know where wolframite is, and I don't know where hematite is. So I'm going to have to go literally discover those things. And that's going to take forever, and I would get to see the whole planet doing so. On top of that, when you start out, freaking thing's hacked anyway, and you can't unlock it. So, like, this is that roadblock. This is enough of a roadblock to keep me from just unlocking things. Let me have my bytes. That way, when I do the gameplay stuff and get these things unhacked, I can just immediately then buy them. You know, it just seems like they were thinking, you know, because all in, I think it took me, and I was going slow. I think it took me about 4 hours to go through the expansion, but I was going slow intentionally. That's like from start to finish. And there is a definite clear finish. You can keep playing in the world, but it was just like, I don't know. I kind of have the same opinion about it as I do exochips. You know, exochips were put there to kind of force you to spend more time in the mid-game of Astroneer. You'll never convince me that's not true. Because it is. That's why they exist. They were a way to get people to have to use the medium rover and just spend more time in the middle part of the game. Which I guess is fine. But not all that enjoyable. Oh yeah. No, you know what? That kind of gets into where they asked us not to look at, so we won't do that. So it just kind of feels like that. It just feels like another unnecessary roadblock when we already have a roadblock. This is where I stopped myself in my video earlier today, where it's like, you know, if I had my bytes, we can't even... Wait, hold that thought. And this is why. These things are hacked. I can't unlock them. Like, I have enough bytes to unlock a power sensor in a normal play, but I can't do anything. It's attacked. So, it just seems unnecessary. And my thought is, you know, custom games do exist. I know they don't work yet for the expansion, but they do exist. So why couldn't, I don't know. Again, not a game developer. I don't know what limitations there are. I don't know how hard it would be. But it seemed like they should have tried, and maybe they did, and just couldn't make it work. I don't know. To make it so that it can at least like read how many bytes you have and then just transfer those over to your new save. Or at least some of them. It just whoops, seems weird to me. Okay, let's not get out of the buggy. Let's stay in the buggy. We're gonna basically follow our same path because this is a tricky biome to get through. Just because of the different elevations, and there's no like natural ramps. So we are going to explore the biomes, so it's just going to take us a minute to do it. Go up here, and then we'll try to get out of this haze. There we go. Sometimes you can jump from level to level. And like I said, the difference between these used to be huge. And they still are in the Delta Storm region. So like this is the Alpha Storm peaks, the Delta Storm peaks. The drops are massive. Oh, like, by the way, we can get a good look at one of the hacked plants now. That's a Weezeweed. But they blend in very, very easily because instead of being that bright yellow like that Weezeweed over there, it's this gray color. Yeah, there's still the red, but look how big it is. Like, look how freaking huge that Weezeweed is. And like I said earlier, imagine if that Weezeweed scaled up that big, how big the big cataplants are and a cacti, and they're impacted by that. First time you see one of those, yeah, it's scary. Very, very scary. Norman, I haven't seen a lash vine, I don't think. Maybe I have and just didn't realize it was there. Because they would blend in really well, because they have very little red on them. I have the music on now, by the way. I know it's really quiet, but... So, copper, laterite, and clay. Very abundant in this region. Right? Super abundant. Very easy to get. Which is nice because it's everywhere and it's reliable. So it does make things really, really good. So is that a spine lily or what are you? Yeah, that's a spine lily. And again, it's kind of hard to get it on the screen, but just look how big that is. It's like at least triple the size it normally is. It's enormous. That should get us up there. We're almost out of this biome. It just takes a little bit. I'm not too terribly, you know what? Let's just kind of YOLO, because I'm not going to come back to this save for a video. So it doesn't matter if I have an easy path back. I'm going to use the other save where I completed this already for videos. I've already got footage for the other video recorded. Anyway, it's just if I have to like get something I overlooked. So, different biome. Just like in Silver, Glacio, where two biomes meet, they can kind of, you know, have a bit of an overlap. Like this is still, there we go. This is actually part of the Cyber Canyon Stop Crash 6, which just look at how high up or how far down that canyon floor is. Yeet indeed, except you don't want to. There, I thought I could get it to do it. I don't know if you saw the LOD pop in. If ever you've built a really tall ramp in Astroneer and then jumped down, And by the way, there's graphite. It's over here. Wolframite's down here. But this is kind of like just the edges of the canyons. It leads to these bullion fields. What was I saying? I distracted myself. Oh yeah, but if ever you've jumped from a really tall ramp, as you get closer to the ground, like the higher LODs, level of details, may not load in, and you can fall through the train when you should hit it. Yeah, I'm afraid that would happen here since the LODs are not the greatest. So this is one of the 2 biomes you really want to go to start easily finding like power stuff, because you start getting into wreckage and debris, and even bigger debris. Like there's some big stuff here, but you can also see, you know, the hazards are kind of stepping up. We're on our way to the next phase of the game, and so, you know, now we've got things like spew flowers to deal with. Any space where it's, you know, I have not seen one yet, so I'd have to say no, because I've flown around in creative mode quite extensively. So there we go. Yeah, I will say we should be leaving the Bullion Hills now, or the Bullion Fields. Now we're in the Aggregate Hills. But yeah, oops, we need. What a place for the battery to die. No way that I wasn't gonna get booted by that guy. Oh man. Ah, there's what I was hoping to see. Cool. We'll go over there in a minute. Yeah, really good debris stuff. And you usually find pretty decent stuff in these. Like small battery, good find. Hydrazine, good find. For some reason, data circuit Model C. And there's D's as well. I don't really know why, because they don't get used. It's not to spoil too much, but they don't get used. And storage. I mean, that's good. That's good haul, and it gets better. In one playthrough, back during one of the playtest weekends that I did, like a month or 2 ago, I found QTRTGs in some of these. I don't know if they're still there. I don't know if they rebalanced them or not, but I found QTRTGs. You know, that's kind of nice. But yeah, this is kind of what I was wanting to go over here. You guys probably already see it over there in the distance. I'm just gonna hit everything. Oh, I saw a seam in the world temporarily. So I won't go into too much detail about why these are important. However, let me go back here because I just saw something that kind of illustrates the point a little bit. Yeah, there we go. So you can see the big purple thing over there, right? Well, you can see it extends on down, as you would expect, because they look like the ones that you normally find in the core of the planet. But here they are on the surface. And they function the same way. If you get too close, the gravity pulls you in, so I'm staying over here. They do seem a little stronger. I was surprised to get my tractor stuck on one. I am just stuck on these mushrooms. I thought I was plenty far away from it, but no, I hit it and my tractor got stuck. So I'm staying away from this one. But these are handy. You've been grinding BO6 the past 2 weeks? I don't know what BO6 is. Probably one of those shooty shoot games. Black Ops? Black Ops 6 out? I have no idea. What's up, Diddy Disciple? But yeah, so these appear on the surface, and they come in handy because they penetrate deep down into the planet. And you do have to go down there as part of some of the missions. So marking these, if you're just exploring with a beacon or something, pretty good pro tip. You will you will want to take advantage of those at a couple different points in the game. Like once you find one and you get like a ramp you can walk onto or even drive. Like I managed to get a ramp built that I can drive back and forth, and just get a rover up and down it carefully, but I did it. More seams through the ground. I thought I saw another big wreckage. This is where I saw another big wreckage. But yeah, so the big purples help a lot. I can't take you down one and show you what the caves are like because I'm pretty certain the only caves I can show you are like the really shallow caves, like that these lead to, which there's not much. There's not much to see. It's one, dark, and two, it's just kind of this, just a bunch of little dead ends here on these. I'm pretty sure this is what Joe was talking about when he said the crust slayer caves. There's just not a whole lot to them because they're not even really full caves. They're just little areas that, you know, just kind of connect and go lower and lower, but then eventually dead end. I think they're there to kind of hint at, hey, you want to go down here, because you do, and you'll see why once the update comes out, and even when my walkthrough video comes out on Wednesday. How am I gonna get out of here? Where's the way out? That's the way out, isn't it? That is the way out. Oh dear. Okay, where am I going? I am so used to having a jump jet that I take so much freaking damage that I think I can just jump somewhere and then land it. Where's my... Oh gosh, I've lost my buggy, and that's my source of oxygen, and now I'm falling again. I'm gonna die. I don't know where my buggy is, and I can't... I just dig up. Just dig up. There we go. Uh-oh. There's the first warning. We'll die, guys. You can tell I am not used to playing, like, early game stuff. I make lots and lots of mistakes. Where is my buggy? Oh, man, I lost my buggy, and that's my only source of oxygen. I really thought it was, like, right here. Well, I'm dead. Oh yeah, compass. It is. It's right below me somewhere. I thought it was like right here. Oh, I'm just gonna fall and maybe we'll get lucky. No. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, okay, it's fine. Because it was just a buggy and I can make a new one. It's super easy. We'll get that smelted. We'll get 4 more compound. I knew I shouldn't have drove down into that freaking cave. There we go. Oh, I don't have a canister either. I gotta get a canister. I do want to take you guys down in those canyons. They're really cool. Wait, really cool. How many was that? 2? That 3? Let's go over here before I die again. So we can get the buggy printing. Oh, I do have... Do I have another generator still chilling here? I do. We'll do that, and then we'll make a canister, and we're good to go. Would have been nice if I would have had some resin on my backpack earlier. There we go. And... everything's going to take forever to print. So yeah, we'll go explore the canyons, and then... So the thing is, there's Ad break in progress. Right, we'll hold that thought. Oh, man. By the way, Raisins, I forgot to mention it earlier, and it keeps coming to my head ever since you did it. Thank you for 41 months of Prime. That was like an hour ago, and I just keep forgetting. And thank you as well, Minion. I'm sure you had to remind me to do it. Uh-oh. Sub-hype indeed. I need to... Oh, I do have that button on here. Does it still work? Oh, dear. It does. That's a lot of sub-hype. Come on, printer, hurry up. It was at this point when I was playing through to record the video that I kind of stopped. And I went and found batteries and wind turbines and made generators and stuff like that, just so the rest of my adventure wouldn't be like this. Because I knew I wanted to get a rover as soon as possible. And I think I went straight to the medium rover. I don't think I did tractor or buggy at all. I went to the medium rover, used it for the next storm, and then by then I had enough stuff unlocked or unhacked that I was able to then go to large rover. I didn't have an RTG for it. Mainly because I didn't have enough bytes, or maybe it was still hacked. I'm not sure. Actually, you know what? I'm just tired of waiting. It's that thing. I'm not going to be using this save for anything else, so I don't need the bytes. So let's just get this done. Sitting here just like watching paint dry. There we go. It would help to put a seat in it though. So yeah, let's go explore the canyons for a bit. But what I was saying is, so the next, after we go through the area where we were just in where I died, it's basically another version of these hills that we just saw, just turned up, just harder. So like these Alpha Storm Peaks, I think is what this region's called. Still saying Boolean fields. Yeah, the Alpha Storm Peaks. The Delta Storm Peaks are very visually similar. Same effects, same colors, some new resources, but for the most part, it's just these again. I don't remember where we went earlier to get across there. I just want to hightail it to the canyon. So I don't know. We don't really need to go explore that. And then after you get past those, and you deal with the next storm, you're kind of just in a repeat. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 surface biomes, and we've already seen 3 of them, basically 4 of them. Because then the final storm is this biome, but it's mountains. It's like, oops. Like, think of some of the really tall, jagged mountains on Silva, and then turn them up to about 15. You know what would be better than this instead of driving around? I don't know why I didn't think of this. There we go. This will go quicker. We can show you guys, and plus we can control night and day and all that. So this kind of gives you a sense of scale. Like, that's as high as we can go, which is the same height as on Silver or anything like that. But just look at how much farther the planet stretches and how much more there is. And like, it's really cool because this starting area, you're in a circle. Like, you don't realize it at first until you like start going and exploring and looking to see what's here. And then you realize it's just in a big circle that just wants you to go to that storm. And the whole thing is surrounded by the Alpha Storm Peaks. The whole thing. Which is kind of cool. We're down a little lower so we can see detail as it pops in. But like, just look at this. Just look at. I love this hacked digital shimmery effect on these. I think it is so well done. I'm pretty sure that the encoder doesn't like them, and it's probably all green you're looking on your end, but they are so freaking cool. I don't know why that has that icon on there. So anyways, we've seen the Boolean fields. We have seen the aggregate hills, which are the green here. And they range from being kind of flat to kind of jagged. Let's look in here. See, good here. Yeah, see, like I was talking about, there's good rewards in here. Like, look, that's a methane. That's a nanocarbon alloy. That's a gas canister. It is worth spending some time as early as you can exploring. You will find incredibly useful stuff. I wound up able to make a portable oxygenator because I found the nanocarbon alloy, and then as soon as I had the bytes, I was able to unlock it. So there we have another data circuit. In fact, are they both the same? No, 1 of 5 and 4 of 5. I really thought that they were going to be used in this, and that's why they were in the wreckage. But if they are, I didn't discover their use. So this is kind of the Boolean fields again. This is the equivalent of the starting area, but for the second half. You can see it sort of resembles it, and also has occasional bones. Sometimes you get just a spinal cord. Sometimes you get like a full, like rib cage. There's another one. Just big bone. Big bones. Don't want to know how big that thing was that died there. So yeah, let's check out these canyons, because just like the scale of them. So if I stand on top of here and then just look down, there we go. Perfect. That's good for scale. We know how big this is. A big platform, and that's a big solar panel that's down there. And I am so high up above this canyon floor. Look how minuscule they appear. Yeah, I'm invincible. Like, look how long it takes to fall. Like, it's huge. But yeah, if you can get to this canyon with some storage and some packagers, you will clean up on power producers. They are everywhere, and it's mostly all solar. In a lot of that's up there is wind. But just look at the enormity of this place. And it just goes and goes and goes and goes and goes. Look at this. How crazy is this? It's like, when's it going to stop? When does this end? When do we get out of the canyon? We're currently going, north to south to the planet. And it just keeps going. Like, have you ever seen... No, you haven't. I know the answer is because have you ever seen a biome this big? No. It's massive. What's down there? Now that we don't have to worry about dying, we can go in the caves. Though I don't think we're going to get very far. No, we're not. Cool. This is what I was talking about earlier. The firewall. That kind of like blocks you from going any lower. Like, I can't penetrate that. There's nothing I have. I can dig past it. Like, I can dig. Even in adventure mode, I can dig. I can flatten down there. I can remove soil that's down there. But I can't go down there no matter what I do. This is just there. I can dig all this soil all day long. And all I would do is just still be standing on top of here. I could long reach through it if there was something in there. But I don't think other things can penetrate it either. I know a rover can, because I've driven a medium rover, yeah. See, so like... See? Yeah, they thought of it. They thought of long reach. It kicks stuff out. Clever. But what if I... Hold on. Put it down there. And then... I'm trying to click it before it pops back up. Oh, that went quick. It won't let me interact with it while it's down there. Yeah, I can't interact with it while it's down there. That's great. Whoever does. But yeah, that's the firewall. So that's what we took down when we activated the first gateway. This fell. And then you would be able to go deeper, which is kind of handy because you have to make progress in the next section. All right, how do we get out of here? We get out of here this way. This is how we get out of here. We're out. Cool. So yeah, let's just let's go up. So we know this thing runs north to south. Oh, look at that. Horizon to horizon. It is... I always do this. I check my flight speed because it feels like I'm going so slow when I'm flying because it's just such a big place. And if this is still the same as it was during one of the playtest weekends, this version, so because there's another Cyber Canyon over there, don't forget. There's another one over there. This is the second one you encounter. Big bones. I'm pretty sure this thing runs a complete ring around the planet. One biome. All the way around. Which boggled my mind when I did. It would make a good racetrack. I was like, you know, let's see where it goes. You know, it was just that weekend they really wanted us to focus on exploring and seeing what we could see and stuff like that. So I'm like, sure, I'll do it. And you guys are seeing those seams. I know. Systemair's aware of them. They'll get fixed. Joe mentioned that he's pretty certain he knows what's causing that. So yeah, if you go long enough, like you even encounter like the next storm. Which remember I said that the Delta Storm peaks were like the Alpha Storm peaks, just cranked up a lot. Here gives you an idea of what I meant. Like it's the same general feel and vibe, just a lot taller with deadlier stuff. We've now got dagger roots. We've got cataplants. Take a shot. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm invincible. Ha ha ha. Good shot though, right on my forehead. I've never seen one aim that well. And let's see if we can find one of the cataplants. It's camouflaged. They're hard to see because it's camouflage, but they're massive and they're terrifying. And I didn't know they existed until I had one fire at me when I got out of a tractor, and I died. Yeah, I'm not seeing one. But there's one of them. Look at that glowy boy. Look at it. It's just all glowy. Oh, you're gonna blow yourself up? What? What are you doing? Those aren't exploding. I must be in just the right position that it doesn't know where to aim. Yep, that's what it was. They're still not blowing up. Oh, there they go. Oh, it took it out, took itself out. So yeah, that's the next storm. Not really gonna go in there. Not gonna do anything with it because it is beyond the mission that they asked us to stop at. But yeah, you get an idea. This is a lot more difficult, but you can see your resources are also starting to get better. And yeah, the dagger roots do blend in pretty well as well. So you've got Titanite just chilling here on the surface. And I think, yeah, there it is. Ammonium just chilling as well in good quantities too. Like it's not just like really chintzy little, you get like half a nugget and then you gotta search for half an hour for it. Nah. You can get a lot. Like a lot. Like look, there's another big ammonium deposit, another big Titanite deposit. So yeah, the resources are easy to get. It's just the planet's so big. And instead of the more advanced resources being on more harder difficulty planets, they're in the harder difficulty regions of this planet. So if we continue our easterly adventure, you can see there's another storm over that way. You can also see that there is a smaller version of these canyons that does appear, other than the one that just runs north-south. Cyber Canyon Stop Crash 6. But these have a definite end, and they're cool because you can find your wolframite clay in there, you can find graphite, and then you can also find the purples again. And occasionally you can find the wrecked solar arrays, which are kind of cool. So make sure I'm going to the east. There we go. Yeah, you can see it's still sort of just we're right back into the Boolean fields again, the aggregate hills again. So there's not like I said, there's 6 surface biomes, but the cave biomes are enormous. Look at that. I knew they still had to exist. Just laying there on the ground. QTRTG. I cannot stress enough how important it is to go explore as soon as you can. The high value research in there. Some more sulfur. Plus, just how pretty is this? Even at night, it's just so pretty. I dig it. I really, really, really do. There we go. So, if you thought the last storm peaks were something to be reckoned with, let me bump up the time of day here. This is where the final storm resides, in this mess. Can I go to the North Pole? Sure. Go there. I don't know if there's anything there, but I'll go there. This is where the final storm is. Ooh. Yeah. That's why I waited until I had a rover with a drill and a paver. And so, volcano star, I'm just like, I'm not even gonna try until I get that. Sure, so let's go to the North Pole. Let's see what's there. I forget. I think it's just canyon. And I know it looks like I'm flying slow. This is max speed. I want to say that at both poles, there's just like nothing there. There are only 3 gateways. They all 3 exist in the storms, in the center of the storms. It's like the first one that we saw. And then there is a gateway in the core. So this is probably the North Pole right here. Yeah, that's it. There is a plant at the North Pole. This is it. There's nothing really exciting at the North Pole. Just, this is the canyon that runs all the way pretty much north to south across the planet. And then back around again. So, yeah, nothing too crazy here. Oh, excuse me. So, before we wrap up, I've been live now close to 3 hours. I can't go below ground because I'm just not clear on what cave Joe was okay with us showing in. So I'd rather just not deal with it. I don't want to violate any of that. But is there any other questions you have? Anything else you'd like to see? You've seen all the service biomes. We've done a good tour of those. This is still Astroneer. Once you've seen a biome and see what's in it, yeah, each one's going to be unique, but it's not going to, there's not going to be anything revolutionarily different from one save to another. It just, how it manages to form, what type of goodies you can find in the wreckage, that's going to be the only thing that really varies. Battery. There's some get up top there. Oh, solid fuel jump jet. And dynamite. Gotta love the solid fuel jump jet. Yeah, just last call for anything you guys would like to see, take a look at. Any questions, that type of stuff. I was kind of hoping to find a zebra ball so I can show you what I was talking about. That, I don't know, maybe it's just that there we go. Oh, there was a zebra ball there. I swear there was a zebra ball there. Did you guys see that? There was a zebra ball there, was there not? Am I just hallucinating zebs? I'm gonna back over here, get the LED to go away. Back again. I swear I saw a zebra ball down there. Right there. Okay, I'm hallucinating zebra balls. I didn't know there was one here. I thought maybe, no, they don't all intersect the pole. Maybe it's like, just like right down here. No, as usual, this is just all these surface caves. I really think that this is what Joe meant by crust cave layer. Feel free to demonstrate these. There's nothing in them. They're just kind of like the caves you find in the mountains of Silva. It's kind of all just dead end, actually. There's just nothing in them. No, I want to fly, please. Thank you. There's a way out right there. Whoops. Alright. This is the way out. Trust me, there's a hole here because we're making it right now. But I dig it. I think this new planet is very well put together. Like, it is a new, unique place to explore, while at the same time, it's, it's the same character and a lot of the same assets, but even still, at the same time, it is still Astroneer. Like, there's a familiarity to it, and it's not so new that you don't know. Like, if you're an experienced Astroneer player, if you got any time in the game, you're gonna know what to do. It seems a shy. So there was a Zeebs there. Fly. Okay, it's doing me no favors. Bye-bye. But I really do like it. And this is how far away we've gotten. And we're only, that was only half the planet, by the way, that we've traveled. Not even. And I've kind of worked my way back around close to our starting area. It took me, when I drove completely north to south, and I was in tractor, I want to say like close to half an hour, following that canyon all the way around the planet. To put that in perspective, you can drive on Silva around it in like 11 minutes. And here in creative mode, like, it takes like 3 minutes to fly all the way around it. So this place is big. There's one, and it's dark. I really think, I don't know, to me the lighting just looks... There's nothing for it to really reflect off here like when I saw the other one. So let's dig it up and let it roll next to something. I don't know, it just seems like it's more reflective than just a glow. Like it lights up that, lit up the tree. Maybe it's just my imagination. Maybe I'm just not used to seeing it interact with these particular colors. But it just seems to put off more actual light instead of just kind of a dull glow. Maybe I'm imagining it. I don't know. Is it just going to keep going? I thought they only did that after you teleported them. It's going to keep rolling. It's like, I want to see the new planet too. Yeah, I don't know. I think they put off my light now. But again, wishful thinking. I always want Zeebs to do new things. Look at this. How sad is it that the winch is like locked until the very final? You get one of those, man, and you're done. You're good for everything. Oh, you know what? We need to do some science. We need to test the solar rating. Hey, it's gonna be $10, Ghosty. And good, I'm glad you entered. We need to test the solar rating. Let's get one of those. One of those. And so by default, this should put out 4 units per second. Of course, we have no sun right now, but we can fix that. Yep, that's it. If you're in the US, if you're in other parts of the world, it will be regional pricing. So whatever your currency is valued at, it'll be that. So interesting. So that should put off 4. But it's only putting off 3.21. So what percentage is that? I need a nerd that's better at math than me. Or you just take 3.21 and divide it by 4? So it's 80%, 80.25. Is that right? There's Obi-Wan peasant on YouTube. I think that's right. You do 3.21 divided by 4, and that gives you your percentage, which is, yeah, 80.25. So, yeah. So, solar is only 80% here. which is a whole new thing. 'Cause it's always been by 25s. So yeah, the sun rating on this planet's different. Interesting. I thought it seemed like I wasn't getting much power from my solar when I had it. I didn't even think to test it. We did science today, friends. You learned it here first. 80.25%. I'm gonna go up here. I'm kind of curious. I'm invincible and creative. I just sit here perpetually. Yes. Yes, I do. Oh, we can do some more science. Hold on. Since we're in creative, let's see if we can crash the game, first of all. Because these should not be possible here. What is she like? Gotta plant seeds? Yeah. Can I plant seeds here? Owls, the wolves in the room. What's up? That was good. Okay, so I need other things too. We need UTRTG and a portable oxygenator. Turn that on. We're gonna grab. Get in there. Oh, and you know what? Let's also get while we're cheating, let's also get Eva. I'm sure with the update coming out, man, that's gonna change. And she likes hybrid rose seeds, right? Yeah. So that we can also fly. I love the noises she makes. Alright. Now, turn creative mode off. Just a quick little test. Okay. Princess works. Dude, that is crazy. So, Princess works. Eva is letting this fly. We're not creative anymore. See, it's off. So, would Princess keep us alive if we could bring her into the storms? It says suffocating and it's making the noises, but, and the heartbeat's getting more. Yeah, I'm taking damage. So, yeah, Princess would not, even if we could bring her here, she wouldn't be OP. So why can't we have the snails? They're not going to protect us against the storm. They would just help us everywhere else. Man, now I'm even more disappointed. 9 years. Well, I've been at this almost 10. It'll be 10 in April. Which is kind of crazy. Yeah, that genuinely sucks. Like, here, look, there's a landing pad here. Let's go into an actual knot. You don't remember when you discovered your channel? You've been around for a while, though, Ghostly. Like, you were still pretty young. You can do follow age for Twitch. What was I going to do? Oh, yeah, I was going to go to the mission log, but it's way over there. Let's go to this other save, then. See if we're close to the mission log. Yeah, perfect. Cool. So, we've got a mission log that could easily just have the recoverable stuff that it has in an adventure game. I mean, I say easily, obviously. I know I'm not a game dev. I don't know what actually goes into that. But if Princess isn't coded to protect us against the storm damage, that's fine. I'm all for that. It's hacked. Why would she? But she could protect us against fall damage and stuff like that in the expansion, and we could just have like in the expansion have it check to see what things are here. I guess like in the save we create that from when we go to the menu and we create the new adventure, like it can just temporarily hold on to that information. Maybe it's just not technically possible with a game. I don't know. But I think if I were a game dev, I would work really hard to solve for that, to figure out how to make it work. Because, man, that'd be great to have. It's the snails. If anything, just like Princess. But then, you know, all of them as well, because oxygen and finding things, Usagi, and, you know, Eva lets you fly. And the hazards are all there, so you can get plants, you can farm the plants. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, last call. Any last things you guys would like to see? Now that we're back in the base game, there are the storms on 6 out of the 7 planets. They do not exist here on Silva. It is the only planet without storms. Why? I don't know. Pick a planet, chat. And we'll go look at the storm on that planet. First one to see in chat. Everybody's going to be shy now. Pick a planet, any planet. Aatrox, done. Whoa, mouse. Come back. Hello. Hello? Okay, we were upside down for a minute. Don't know what happened. You're just a little bit too late. By the way, you can use shuttles in the expansion. You just don't go anywhere. You just go into orbit. And there are landing pads or landing sites on Aeolus. So, like, if you were wanting to go get a bunch of something from the other side of the planet, a shuttle would probably make it a lot easier. But this is a pretty good number, so cool. We have jetpack, we have hoverboard, and we have somebody Snapchatting me. Oh, this is going to be a tough one to get into because it's like on the other side of that canyon. Maybe if I go around here, I can get up there. Can I get around up here? I don't think I can now. No, I cannot. Oh yeah, I can. I can go right here. Carefully. Don't get shot. Your brain stopped working with typing. So how's life? Life's alright, man. You know, it's life. So these storms work the same way the ones do in the expansion. It's just you don't take damage nearly as fast. If I had a ruby, which I do back on Silva, I could drop it here in this hotspot. It would gather storm data. The only use I would have for it now, though, here in the base game would just be to get research bites. You can see, though, that in the middle, there is like the eye of the storm, basically. And you don't get hacked in here. As long as you're in the eye of the storm, you're fine. It's only when you go outside of it, which it's not. The edges of it aren't very big. Interestingly, though, you can't see, like, you can hear. And you can see it from this side, but like you can't see from in here where the eye of the storm is. It's kind of weird. I mean, you can kind of get a feel for it by where everything's swirling and like, you know, here it's pretty much clear. It's a little bit hazy, but it's always like this in Aatrox. So yeah, there are the storms on planets. These storms, as best I can tell, move every once in a while to a different spot. They appear on your compass. You know, clearly I'm in the middle of it, so it's there. But I've had 2 instances of them moving. One, while I was recording on Calidor, the storm just vanished in front of my eyes, and it took a couple minutes, and then it was somewhere else. And then on another one, like, I had to stop for something. I don't remember what it was. And I had to actually leave the game for an hour or two. When I came back, like, I had been right next to the storm on Glacio. When I came back, it wasn't there. I was still in the same spot, but the storm wasn't there anymore. And it had moved halfway across the planet. So these storms on these planets do seem to move. I don't know when or why. I don't know if it's like every day at sunrise or what. But there is something to it, and I'm sure we'll all eventually get it figured out what is causing them to move, or if it's just on a cycle or what. But I think it's kind of cool that they change locations. Oh, speaking of it disintegrating, there it goes. Right? Yeah. That happens. It just vanishes, and then you can see on my compass it's now really far away. So I don't. Was it because the sun's coming up? No, the sun's going down. Maybe it's just a timer. Maybe it has something to do with going into the storm. Though no, that can't be it, because the one on Calidor I never even went in. Like I was standing outside of it just to record footage of it. I don't know. I have no clue. Absolutely no clue why they change like that. Ow. So I think that's going to wrap it up. Like I said, I've gotten as far as Systemair has said we can go for now. On Monday, is Monday the 12th? I believe so. On Monday, I will be able to show everything, which is why I'm going to be doing a Q&A video on Monday on YouTube. I may stream it depending on what my schedule's like. But if you go to either the Vainglorious Discord and head to the Astroneer channel, or to the video, the spoiler-free review that I posted today on YouTube, either one of those, if you have a question about the update, I will be compiling those questions between now and Sunday evening. And then answering them in on video on Monday. Is VIPs and mods special people only, or can you apply? So a moderator's a moderator, just like anywhere. You know, they are the people who help run the channel, make sure everybody stays in line. They can ban people, they can silence people, all that good stuff. And then the VIPs, I think each channel only gets like 25 of those. They can be assigned by the streamer. And I gave mine out to the people who have been around the longest, like the whole, basically 9-10 years that I've been, because it's 9 years on Twitch, almost 10 years on YouTube. So that's who I gave the VIP stuff to. So no, there's no way to assign it or anything like that. And they're not immune from anything, you know, anything like that. They don't get anything special other than the moderators getting to be able to kick people out. Anyways, let's jump to the ending screen. Make sure you go ask your questions either on the Astroneer channel on the Discord or on the video, so that I can have lots and lots of questions to answer on Monday. And let's see who's out there to raid. That is exactly who I was expecting to see. That I do not like the way they have changed the raid feature at all. Like, not at all. There we go. We are going to raid SDK Phoenix C2 is taking a first look at the Glitchwalkers. He's in a cave somewhere. It looks like on Silva. So I don't know what he's up to, but we're gonna go say hi to our good friend SDK. Thank you for hanging out with me this afternoon. It's been my pleasure to show this off to you. And Simplex Pachinko, where were you? And I was trying to do math. Have a great evening, everyone, and let's go say hi to our good friend SDK. Peace.